Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the April 26th regular school board meeting. Before we begin the work of the district, let us stand for a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Superintendent.
Are there any changes, additions, deletions to the agenda for this evening?
No, ma'am.
All right. Then we'll move on to the approval of the minutes. I recommend approval of the minutes from the special school board meeting and public hearing on instructional materials, April 12th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5-0.
Input.
Public input. We have, oh, shoot, I need a backpack.
I think he's
Virtual.
virtual.
Okay, first we'll have Marion C. Finley.
He's on.
No, I'm not at him yet. He needs to stand by.
Is Ms. Finley in person?
Yeah, she's in person. We'll do in person first. Mrs. Finley?
Bianca Parker?
Excuse me?
Bianca Parker?
Okay, you can come on up. We'll take you right now. Ma'am, if you'll give us your name and address, and then you have
Bianca.
3 minutes.
Bianca Parker, 1111 Atlantic Avenue, Fruitland Park, Florida.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to address the issue of the little boy that I saw on the news as a concerned citizen. I've been in childcare for over 18-plus years, and it just shocked me to see that little boy getting drugged on the news. And I just wanted to know what is going to be done. If was your child being drugged and now have to go through counseling and the emotional distress, as we can see, the physical distress that child went through. What are we doing as teachers to ensure that that doesn't happen again? School is supposed to be a safety zone. You're supposed to be able to trust that your child is in safe hands. And for the teachers being trained, what is being placed and what is being implemented that these teachers can not restrain the children, but at least it's taught with the parents if it's a behavior or disciplinary that's going on. The CPI training, what is being placed for the teachers? And as far as the two individuals that just resigned, what is going to happen to that? Like, they just can just up and resign? There's no disciplinary, no nothing? They just can resign and nothing is being done about it? So those are my concerns that I want to just stress before the board, just to put on your hearts that something has to be done as a concerned citizen. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Mrs. Finley. Welcome. And if you'll give us your name and address, and then you have 3 minutes.
Good evening. My name is Marion C. Finley, 1001 Titcomb Street, Eustis, Florida. I stand before the board once again. First time I asked, now I am demanding. Integrity. I stood before you nice and kindly, and I asked, as if it was your own child, can you deal with integrity? Handle this with care. That's what I said. But it seems as if I was underestimated, taken for a joke. I share with you guys that I was a relentless and persistent mother, and as you can see that I am indeed. Perhaps if I had one or two or three people that did not look like me, maybe this would go a little bit different, you see. You sit so comfortably in your seats. I emailed each and every last one of you. Nobody replied to me. But yet you have seen the TV. You've seen the news. It's very disheartening. So as a mother, this is my plea. If I have to go to Tallahassee and appeal to the Supreme Court, trust me, I would do that indeed. So watch my son be dragged like a little dog, if you be clear. Unacceptable. Animal cruelty is real, and even animals get more justice. I ask you guys to deal with integrity, but yet people are turning blind eyes to the issue at hand. This is a mother's cry. This is not just my cry, a black man or white man or green man. A little child was taken advantage of, and you let them resign? What a privilege. A person that looked like me would have never been given that. I know that. In fact, the fact that my son had to endure that, and you hide deceit. I had to beg for videos to be seen, and yet there is more video that have not been seen. I know you have your board attorney doing all that he can to advise, but this one thing cannot be hidden. Abuse, neglect is ridiculous. 2021, a child is abused and no one think that is nothing wrong with that? Within my last few minutes, I appeal to each of you guys again. You will see my face time and time again. If I have to rally in front of your schools chanting justice, that I will do. One man can change the world. I'm quite sure all of you can too. Thank you so very much, and please be advised, I will be here along with more people the next time.
Thank you. Michael Hickman. Mr. Hickman, if you'll give us your name and address, and
My
then
name
you
is
have 3
Michael
minutes.
Hickman. It's 1516 Moss Avenue, Leesburg, Florida 34748. And I'm here also to address the news. I am a survivor of physical child abuse. So the first thing that I want to say to the board is I am offended that this case is being handled differently because it's a physical abuse case and not a sexual abuse case. If he had molested a child by touching a girl on her leg, we wouldn't be talking about people having a resignation and creeping out of town. These people need to be arrested. I've been on the phone today with the county prosecutor, and I am planning a protest at the state prosecutor's house. So everyone here who is upset, please get in touch with me, because this is not going to stand.
Yep, we need you on the record.
The situation that's happening here is called in most states passing the trash. And what that means is when a school board takes a known abuser and allows them to leave with no record, means that they can go to another school board or another school district and abuse more children. Every morning when I wake up, I search the news nationally for cases of school teachers and school administrators abusing children. I keep a register of them and I follow them from district to district. I use Facebook advertising to push ads into the school within 4 miles of the area around where the school occurs, to tell parents in new school systems about accusations of child abuse against people that are working with their children where the school system has not told them that they hired a person who has an accusation of abuse against them. So what you guys are doing by letting this person leave is you're making every taxpayer in the county liable. When one of them gets employed at another school system and someone is injured, they can come back here against us because you guys failed to make a note of the record of the accusation. They go place to place. I got one guy right now, Gary Gunkel. He's a principal. He's been arrested for 2 counts of child abuse in Oklahoma. He left a school down in Texas where 6 people were arrested for failing to report abuse. He was hired again at another district the next town over. These cases need to be handled as a matter of course, that every single time that accusation comes up, it needs to be recorded and go on the record so that they cannot go to a new place and get work. Number two, Gary Gunkel calls me all the time to tell me he's going to sue me for telling his employer and the parents in his new district about his accusations. But he can't sue me because he has no opportunity to be found innocent in front of a jury. He is guilty of it by accusation for the rest of his life because they failed to make a proper accounting of it at the time that he was accused. So if you care about the workers in the district, they need to be prosecuted and put in front of a jury. It is not for a police officer to decide. It is for a jury to decide. The accusation is that the little boy was choked around his neck in the classroom where there was no video. And the reason why they're going to not prosecute is because there's no video.
Thank you,
But we
Mr.
prosecute child molesters without video of the crime all the time.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, and then we have one online. Mr. Serdar?
David Serdar, just got the Zoom. I was waiting so long, I thought the meeting started at 5:30. I apologize, but I've got a phone going, and I'm in Tallahassee at the George Bush Republican Center on Jefferson Street because, well, I was in the Capitol.
Mr. Serdar, if you give us your name and address for the record.
Certainly, sir. I'm hearing a double talk. I'm going to turn my other phone off because
That would
it's
be-
double clicking.
I think that'd be good.
66 Wintergreen Drive, Fruitland Park, Florida 34731. County address is Fruitland Park. Oh, I did that Fruitland Park Commissioners meeting last Thursday. I did Tiberias on Wednesday of last week. I did Marion County. I was told to go to Ocala, please by the chairman, Jeff Gold or Mr. Zolik III sitting right next to him. I was with Sheriff Billy Woods. You know, they have a farm program. In schools, they have a STEP program. I talked to the Kurt Broham, head of the hospital board, and they have a STEP program. I'm sure you have that, competing other kids, schools against each other so they stay in shape. You know, one of the problems, the biggest problem, there's a lot of parents or the kids. You know, my dad used to be able to paddle me. Now, kids are out of hand sometimes. And some parents, well, in Tallahassee today, parents have the right to take the kids where they're going to be taught, where they feel is right. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of church members worried about society right now. Schools are very important. Secondary education up here at Florida State University in the Tennessee Democrat paper. Meet this moment. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin III urges Florida, what college is this? U.S. Secretary of Defense retired, Florida A&M University, start now on their journey in helping to shape the nation's future to the grads. You know, the people that go to school need to learn. They need to take care of themselves. They need to take care of their families. Families are so important. And teachers. Why teacher makes life a joy? Teachers work hard. Custodians work hard. Most important person in my dad's elementary school was Helen. If the school wasn't done right, cleaned right, it wasn't ready. In this day and age with the pandemic, well, everybody's important in a child's life. And I want you to know, I'm Fiona McFarland, 72 District. She's 3 months from being pregnant. That was back, well, not that long ago. Monday, April 19th, day 49 of session. You know, this weekend session. Today was the last day you could be public appearance. I was in the Capitol today. And I want you to know, any kid can do this. I'm an old guy. This is the kid's future. And, well, I thank your board for what you guys, you run for office. You watch our students in.
Mr. Serdar, you're at 3 minutes.
And I thank you very much for your time.
Take care. Okay, Moving on to reports, Mr. Johnson.
Nothing.
Okay, new business, Superintendent.
I recommend approval of consent agenda items 8.01 to 10.06.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 5-0. Okay. Superintendent report.
We have 3 letters of condolence that were sent on behalf of the district. One to the family of Patrick Russell. He's a retired maintenance manager in our maintenance department. Also to the family of Lisa Hardy, procurement and contracting support manager in our procurement department. And also to Kelly Rayleigh and her family. She's a teacher at Eustis Middle School. She lost her father, Paul Guthrie. Condolences to those individuals and their families. Also, just a reminder to everyone that round 2 of our vaccinations started today at the same 4 high schools where we did 21 days ago, round 1. So just a reminder for any students age 16 and older, along with any employees who want the second or they want the first, they can show up this week for those. Just remember that all minors must be accompanied by a parent or guardian or by another adult with a signed note giving them permission to bring the child for the vaccination. Also, I want to say congratulations to Mr. William Roberts. He's the principal at Windy Hill Middle School, and he's been chosen as a finalist for the 2021 Florida Principal of the Year. So we're excited for him, and know he's going to continue to represent us beautifully as he always does. And he is one of the 3 in the running for that recognition, and we're very excited to drop by his. We were very excited to drop by his school and celebrate the announcement with him last week. So we celebrate his leadership at Windy Hill and hope to see him recognized with a top honor this summer. And lastly, I just want to remind everyone that next week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and so let's all be sure to let our teachers know how grateful that we are for them and all that they do for our kids every day. That's all I have.
Mrs. Luke.
I have nothing, thank you.
Mr. Dodd.
Yes, well, I have the note about Mr. Roberts there, and just an opportunity to publicly congratulate him. I wore my teal Windy Hill tie today in his honor. It's certainly very exciting to have a state finalist right here from Lake County. And going back to that day, it was just a really good feel-good day, because if I recall, we had come directly from the Hall of Fame luncheon and inducted some really inspirational people into the Lake County Schools Hall of Fame. And what I liked about that is, these are not necessarily people who have become famous worldwide, but really people who have made a meaningful impact in their fields, and it makes us so proud to say that they come from Lake County. And then after those 2 events, there I go to pick up my kids from school, and I see Mr. Voyko, the principal, out there handing out books to the incoming kindergartners, and he is handwritten in all 95 of them. And I thought, this is amazing, this is wonderful, and I just love that personal touch and that bit of welcoming and get them started off on the right foot reading. So wonderful, great things going on in our district.
Well done.
The only thing that I would share is, since our last meeting, I had the opportunity to visit with Leesburg Elementary. And again, we're working toward getting a really strong academic in place for next year. I'm really, really excited about what's going to happen there. I'm very excited for Mr. Roberts. I think that's wonderful. And just looking forward to what happens next year. Thank you.
Dr. Burns.
Yeah, I was able to represent you guys at the Wellness Committee. We had our last meeting for this school year. It was kind of funny because I had just the day before, I was still laid up with twisted my ankle or whatever happened to my foot. So I'm sitting there listening to a stress management seminar with a little bit of stress. So it was very timely, and that was really helpful. I thought that Care Here did a really nice job with it, actually. Additionally, I wanted to invite anyone who is interested to the virtual transition fair. I just pulled it up on my phone, so if you just type in Lake County Schools, it's really through Lake Sumter, so if you just type in Lake and then virtual transition fair, we will have the head of ESE, so exceptional students, there, and I will be there answering questions, getting questions answered about our ESE programs, and if parents have confusions or problems or just don't understand what to do next with ESE, this is a good opportunity for parents to come and just get your questions answered. It's all virtual, so it's easy to get to. It's tomorrow from 5 to 7. So just go, Google virtual transition fair, or it was sent also in a peach jar flyer a while ago. So that should get you able to sign up and the link, and then 5 to 7 tomorrow. That's
Hold
all I
on.
have.
And I have nothing, so meeting adjourned.